ang dami kong nararamdaman. Dati akong sundalo. So, ang exercise ko is palaging kung ano yung nakakaramdam tayo ng mga sakit, mga tulad dito sa binti, yung mga muscle natin. Una siya kasi nagtitik ng organic at I take sabi niya sa akin. Sige, sabi ko naman. Ngayon, pag take ko, ay okay pala ito. Dito ko na tagpuan yung ganda ng katawan ko, yung BP. Medyo mataas, nag-160 over 100. Medyo bumaba siya ngayon. Edad 40 up, marami ka nang nararamdaman mga sakit sa katawan. So, malaking bagay ito, malaking tulong itong organic acai berry na ang daming mawawala sa sakit sa katawan.
Hello, everyone. How are you guys? And welcome to another episode of Wellness Wednesdays. I'm Sabrina Santiago, and again, this is another informative episode of our favorite midweek habit. Again, it is Wellness Wednesdays. So today, we want everyone to be empowered, of course, with healthy information from our episode. So it is our advocacy to provide medical to wellness knowledge, especially that we are still in the pandemic. And of course, if you guys are watching the news lately, we all know that the pandemic or the COVID-19 cases are highly rising again. So guys, it is important that we protect ourselves and our loved ones as well. So mag-ingat muna tayo sa paglabas-labas and still follow the safety protocols, of course. And like what they would always say, lalo na nung kasagsagan or start pa lang ng pandemic, act as if you have the virus. So once again, doble ingat. And of course, before we move forward to our topic for today and welcome ang ating guest to speaker, let's have first a game. Well, this is actually not a game, but all you have to do is be an active on our comment section for a chance to win, of course, an organic gift packed from us. Do not forget to follow our Facebook page. It's at Organic Inc. And on Instagram, we are Organic Acai. So feel free to share this live to your friends, to your families, of course. Mas maganda rin na everyday meron nga tayong natututunan na bagong information. So as we move forward, let's not forget the importance of our health and wellness. So we are more capable of doing extraordinary things when we are strong. Yes, of course, shout out din sa ating viewers who are tuning in. We have RC Estardo at sinabi niya nga, it's Wellness Wednesday na. Yes, time check, 5 p.m. na nga, and Wellness Wednesday. Anyway, as I was saying, gaya nga rin ng tagline ng Watson, always more ways to look good and feel great. Kaya naman, we want to reiterate that the most important lesson we learned from the pandemic, that health is not wealth, but it is essential. Agree ba tayo dun lahat? If you guys agree, dali, mag-comment na tayo ngayon and we want to know your insights as well. Kaya let's keep our bodies healthy through a solid and strong immune system. So make yours and your family's immunity strong too with the help of our trusted wellness partner, the superfood packed with antioxidants. We have organic acai. So as you all know, organic acai has potent antioxidants that our body needs to fight free radicals. So this is one of the most powerful superfoods from Amazon, Brazil. So it's natural, kaya it is very safe for the whole family. So we have also the organic acai premium blend, the perfect for our parents And for our grandparents as well, kung meron man mga seniors sa inyong mga tahanan, this is the perfect product. Yes, happy Wellness Wednesday to everyone, says by Daryl Fabic, who is also tuning in. Hello to you all and welcome to our live. And we also have our organic acai freeze-dried capsules. These are perfect naman for the busy people. So anytime, anywhere, they can just pop a capsule para naman always strong sila kahit nasan man sila. And we also have our favorite, actually this is my favorite because we also have the organic acai choco mix and the coffee mix. So sino ba dito ang mga fans ng chocolate? Dali na. Now is the perfect time for you guys to try kung hindi pa nga natin natatry itong product na ito. And we also have the coffee mix. So sa ating mga coffee lovers out there also, now is the perfect time. Kamusta naman ang experience natin nang natry na natin ang organic coffee mix? We wanna know. Comment na sa ating comment section. And everyone can enjoy it too. So masarap na nga and at the same time, full of healthy benefits pa. So speaking of providing health benefits for the whole of family, it is also essential that we are fully equipped with knowledge from our trusted sources. So together with Watson's, let's dive deep into another healthy topic and I am sure marami tayong matututunan from our guest speaker with our episode today about healthy food choices. So saying hi as well to Alfie Solomons. Hello and welcome to our live. Once again, let's not forget to share this live stream sa ating social media. So we have Facebook. You can also share this on Instagram. So ano ba yung mga matututunan natin for this episode? Might as well share it as well. Okay. All right. And there you have it. Again, we are going to talk about the healthy food choices. So our guest speaker, pwede na ba natin siyang ipakita? Yes, we have Sir Jake Andal. So hello, Sir Jake.
Hello, good afternoon sa inyo. Nagkita na naman tayo, Ma'am Sab. It's always a great
Kamusta?
afternoon to spend with you. I'm really okay, no?
Mhm.
Well-rested, kakakain ko lang ng merienda,
Mm-mm.
and I'm very happy to share all of the things we'll talk about this afternoon. Ikaw, kamusta ka, Miss Sab?
Actually, okay lang din naman ako kahit naman na umuulan. I'm very busy. I'm really excited with what's in store for us this afternoon. Dahil balita ko, marami nga natuwa sa ating previous episode. Marami nga tayong mga nag-heart reacts. Pero for this live, I feel like mas marami pa nga matutuwa. So now our topic today is healthy food choices. Ayan. So let's talk about healthy food
Ayan.
choices. And the first and foremost, we always say that eating plenty of vegetables and fruits, whole grain foods, ayan, and protein foods, ayan, and protein
Ayan.
foods as well.
Alam mo, napaka-importante talaga ang pagpili ng tama, no, sa kahit anumang aspeto ng buhay. Pwedeng sa pag-ibig, sa trabaho, at syempre naman, pati dun sa ating pagkain. Ang lagi ko nga sinasabi, lalo na sa mga tagapakinig natin, no, ang kalusugan, ang first step sa pagbabago ay pagpili ng tamang kinakain. Kasi we eat 3 times a day or more, di ba? So, if
Mhm.
you want to change something in terms of health, what the biggest magnitude that you can think of is the one that you choose frequently, and that's food. So, at nung unang-unang pag-uusapan nga, like, we have to eat a lot of vegetables, fruits, and then we also need to consider whole grains and protein. So, bakit? Unang-una, ang sa fruits and vegetables, it is very important because a lot of us don't eat enough of it. No? If you look at the studies conducted by the Food and Nutrition Research Institute in the Philippines, nakakalungkot from childhood, from infancy to the elderly, kulang na kulang yung dapat nating kinukonsumong dami ng mga prutas at gulay. To give you a picture, Miss Sab, we should eat at least 5 servings of fruits and 5 servings of vegetables. But if you look at studies, we eat less than 2 servings a day. And it's very, very sad because kaakibat ng hindi pagkain ng tamang dami ng prutas at gulay yung pag-usbong ng mga sakit. Kaya naman, alam mo ba, Miss Sam, 1 out of 5 Filipinos have high blood pressure and 1 out of 2. So dalawa tayo sa screen ngayon. Isa sa atin ang may mataas na cholesterol sa dugo o hypercholesterolemia. And all of these things are tied with unhealthy diets, maybe genetics, etc. But again, the focus here is food consumption or food choices. And one way to reverse this is also modifying our food choices. So, sunod naman yung whole grains, no? Kasi, Ma'am Sab, di ba, rice eaters tayo nga mga Pinoy eh. Di ba, may
Love
kasigahan
rice.
yung mga matatanda, kapag hindi ka kumain ng kanin, hindi siya meal. So kung ang ulam natin spaghetti, ang kinain natin ngayong lunch spaghetti, hindi daw siya meal, merienda lang daw yon. At nakakalungkot din kasi rice is although it's a good source of carbohydrates, a good source of energy, it doesn't contain enough fiber. And again, majority of the Filipinos also don't get enough fiber. And one of the ways that we can increase our fiber intake is through whole grains. And lastly, protein. Because Miss Sab, nabanggit mo kanina, pataasan naman ng pataas ang mga cases natin ngayon. At pag pinag-isipan natin yung immune system, ang nasa isip lang natin, micronutrients. No? Yung mga vitamins, minerals, which we'll talk about later. But we have to bear in mind, especially in children, that our anti-infective proteins in our body, yung ating kalasag laban sa sakit, yung ating mga white blood cells at iba pang mga immune cells natin ay gawa sa protina. Kaya kung ang ating mga kabataan o kahit tayo mga manonood, tayo mga adults ay kulang sa protina, kaakibat din ito yung pagiging susceptible natin sa mga sakit. Kasama na yung ating COVID-19. If you look at the hospital, so protein is one of the things that we really monitor on a daily basis for at-risk patients because ayun nga, if you have low protein consumption and improper protein consumption, doon din uusbong yung risk for diseases.
Ganun pala yun. Grabe, parang first slide pa lang, ang dami nang nasabi ni Sir Jake. And we really love it. Alam mo, ang comment section nga natin ngayon, nag-iingay ngayon, and they definitely agree with you. Gaya naman ni RCS Stardo, he says that sadly, most of us cannot afford to have enough servings of fruits and vegetables in our daily diet. But as much as possible nga, di ba, ini-incorporate pa rin naman talaga natin ang fruits and vegetables in
Yes.
our daily lives. Ayan. So again, guys, if you have any questions about sa ating healthy food choices, now is the perfect time na tanungin nga natin si Sir Jake Andal. Now let's go naman sa ating next slide. So choose food that has a healthy fat instead of saturated fat. But before that, can you tell us the difference of healthy fat and saturated fat?
Alam mo, this topic is very controversial but we have to stick at the evidence, di ba? Sabi nga sa isang TV show, hindi nagsisinungaling ang ebidensya. So base sa ebidensya na naman tayo ngayon sa mga pag-aaral, mas nakakapagpagdulot ng kabutihan sa ating kalusugan yung pagkakonsumo ng healthy fat. Ano tong mga to? Ito yung mga fat mula sa seeds, nuts, at mga gulay or vegetable oils. So ito rin yung uri ng taba na liquid at room temperature. So for example, olive oil, canola oil, and then yung mga oils na galing din sa mga iba't ibang nuts and seeds like avocado oil, sunflower oil, di ba, etc. Because all of these are tied with high intakes of vitamin E, which is also very good for the immune system. And also, nakakapagpababa siya ng mataas na cholesterol sa dugo. Ano naman yung saturated fat? Di ba may pag nagluto tayo ng adobo, tapos nalagay mo siya sa ref, may mga puti sa taas, may layer of fat na naninigas sa taas. So
Parang
that's what you
sebo.
call saturated fat. Yes, sebo, yan. Yung sebo na yon, this is the fat from animals, no? So, yung liempo, yung sangyupsal, naku, madami magre-react sa comments, di ba? Yung liempo, yung sangyupsal, yung pork fat, beef fat, na favorite natin, all of these are also what you call saturated fat. And if we have high intakes of saturated fat, doon naaapektuhan yung ating levels of cholesterol in the blood and also yung ating gut microbiome. Hate na hate pala nila yung saturated fat because last week, Miss Sab, di ba, we talked about the role of our good bacteria in our tummies and the immune system. So maybe they can go to your Facebook page, organic Facebook page, and review yung pinag-usapan natin last week. But again, just to give you a gist, the good bacteria is a part of our immune system. And what we see on studies is if you have high intakes of animal fat, nawawalan sila ng gana to reproduce at umuunti yung kanilang population. So, poor number of good bacteria in your tummy equates to poor immune system. And one of the ways to increase the population of your good bacteria is to increase your healthy fat consumption. Which brings us to our third point. Di ba nabanggit ko na yung saturated fat ay from animals. Alam niyo po ba, sa mga restaurants at fast food chains, yung ginagamit nilang pangprito on their food is saturated fat. It's lard. No? It's lard. So if you go to your favorite restaurants, makita mo doon yung fat nila is solid at room temperature because mas maganda siyang ipang prito kasi hindi siya umuusok bigla, unlike for your vegetable oils. So may mataas siyang smoke point na tinatawag. And what's not good about this is, for example, you will consume French fries or carbohydrates, no, yung mga fried potatoes natin in the restaurants. They absorb so much of this saturated fat. It also includes yung mga, yan, nakikita mo sa screen, chicken, yan, mga pizza, all of them is swimming, no, in saturated fat. And so it will affect your cholesterol and your good microbiome. And to also add, nakikita natin sa mga pag-aaral, ano ba minsan, sa pagdami daw ng ating kinukonsumong processed foods, sa pagtaas ng ating risk for dying because of disease, di ba? So if you don't want to die early, then maybe you can swap out of your mga processed foods or maybe we could lessen going out sa mga restaurants ito and let's go back to our kitchens and cook. Because if we cook our own food, we have the more autonomy in making sure that the food that enters our bodies are the foods that are high in nutrients. Diba?
Yes, I definitely agree with you, no, Sir Jake. Pero syempre, mas nakakatipid rin naman tayo kapag tayo ay nagluluto na lang sa bahay.
Yes, oo.
Healthy na and ayun nga, healthy and mas nakakamura nga tayo. We have a question from RC Estardo. What are the foods that are source of good bacteria?
Yes. A very good question, RC, no? Good bacteria is found in fermented foods, no? If mahilig kayo sa Korean novela, ito yung mga kimchi, ayan, kung mahilig kayo kumain ng kimchi, they are high in lactobacillus. Naririnig nyo na yan sa iba't ibang mga commercials or in articles online, so it's very good for the immune system. But syempre, bigyan din naman natin ng like yung ating local cuisine. Yung atsara, di ba? Atsarang papaya, atsarang ampalaya, at buhong mangga, all of them are also good sources of good bacteria. Besides eating good bacteria from food, syempre, you also have to think of prebiotics. Yung prebiotics, yun yung food na kinakain ng good bacteria para dumami sila sa tummies natin. So this includes your fiber from fruits and vegetables. And very interesting studies also suggest, no, hindi lang pala fiber yung kailangan ng ating good bacteria, they also need antioxidants. No? So, if you look at people who have very poor antioxidant intake, nakikita natin na pangit din yung population ng good bacteria na meron sila masyadong konti. And so since you mentioned about antioxidants for the good bacteria as well, no? Dito papasok yung mga berries na alam natin. So this includes your duhat, sapinit, raspberries, at syempre acai. So not only they are rich in antioxidants for our immune system, but they also protect our good bacteria as well.
Wow, grabe ganun pala yon. So i-take note na natin lahat ng sinasabi nga ni Sir Jake. So again guys, if you have any comments or suggestions or if you have insights that you want to share with us, kung meron man kayong mga tanong, ayan o, sabi ni Daryl Fabic, ang atsarang kalabasa daw.
Yes,
Kamusta naman ang atsarang kalabasa? Siyempre, okay din yan sa atin. So what about if we prepare meals and snacks using ingredients that have a little to no sodium? Tama ba kung isa rin ba tong factor sa healthy food choices? Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Unang-una yung sodium, no? Like what I mentioned earlier, 1 out of 5 Filipinos have high blood pressure adults, no? So, para mapababa yung ating blood pressure, bukod sa pagkonsumo or pag-take natin ng mga gamot, babawasan din natin dapat yung dami ng asin na ating nilalagay sa pagkain. Sadly, hindi lang asin yung source ng sodium sa ating diet. For example, pag bumili kayo ng processed food, pag bumili kayo ng mga chichirya, all of them has hidden sodium. Kasi sodium is a natural preservative. If the food has more sodium, di ba, mas matagal siyang hindi mapapanis. Kaya yung adobo, di ba, bukod sa may acid, mataas pa yung sodium niya. Kaya naman kahit isang linggo na ata sa ref, di ba, hindi pa siya napapanis. Unlike for example, kung nilaga. So sodium is, bukod sa pagpapa-improve ng lasa ng pagkain, it's also a natural preservative. And yun nga, sadly, if we consume so much sodium, our blood pressure shoots up. So you might want to reduce the sodium. So what I teach my patients is, for example, ang ulam natin, nilaga, sinigang, mahilig tayo sa sausawan with sab, no? Talagang mga Pilipino. Talagang hindi mawawala yung patis, toyo, no? What I tell my patients is, for example, pag magluluto tayo ng pagkain, wag na natin lagyan ng masyadong maraming pampalasa yung kaserola o yung ating nilulutuan. Bagkus, kung magsawsawan na lang kayo in a tabi. Like, for example, 1 teaspoon of salt or 1 teaspoon of toyo, and then wag yung uubusin. With that, you make sure that you reduce the salt consumption. Kasi ang ginagawa ng iba, papaalatin na yung sinigang, dahil common gawain na sa atin yung may sawsawan pang patis, yung maalat na sinigang at saka maasim, lalagyan pa ng patis. So, double sodium consumption.
Halo-halo
So,
na.
yun yung halo-halo. So, very good yun. So, you have to reduce. So, one of the ways is, reducing the amount of sodium that you put on your caserola, and also reduce the reduce the sawsawas that you have when you're eating. Next naman, yung sugars, no? If you are living with diabetes, talagang mahirap tanggalin. Mahirap tanggalin sa diet natin. Kung may magko-coffee ka or you're baking cookies, hindi naman maganda kung yung mga baked goods natin or yung favorite beverages ay walang asukal. No? Nakakalungkot. Pero may mga ways to reduce the sugar intake in the ingredients. You can swap your sugar with non-caloric sweeteners like stevia, because they provide no sugar, but they provide the sweetness. So it's something that you can also explore. No? Hindi ibig sabihin na may diabetes ka, hindi ka pwede sa matamis. No? For example, fruits. No? Fruits, although they contain sugar, berries, although they contain sugar, there are good sources naman of sugar, because along with the carbohydrates you get from these food products or foods, you also get the vitamins and minerals. Kasi madaming mga viewers siguro, natatakot silang kumain ng kahit anong fruits if they have diabetes, kahit yung mga berries like acai. But for example, if you just take a small serving or one serving, the sugar content is still very, very less compared to 1 cup of your soft drinks. No? So it's something that they can also consider. Next naman is saturated fat. Saturated fat we talked about earlier. It's present in all processed foods. So maybe what we can do is reduce the processed foods that we consume. And at home, we also swap out yung mga butter natin or yung ating mga ilang saturated fat-rich sources like yung mga heavy creams into plant-based sources like your vegetable oils, like olive oil is the best, or canola oil is also good for the heart. So yung mga ganon. So ang gagawin natin siguro to culminate this fourth tip is, when you go to the supermarkets, you always look na for the better source. Kasi mahirap nang baguhin kapag magluluto ka na, dun ka palang mag-swap out to healthier choices eh. So dapat sa supermarkets pa lang, dun ka nabibili ng healthier ingredients. So plan your grocery list na with the things that we talked about this afternoon, para pag magluluto na kayo, mas madali na,
Okay, very interesting. So speaking of making things interesting, we also have another interesting question. So this one again is from RC Estardo. At ang sabi niya is, what is the recommended sodium and sugar intake per day?
For the recommended sugar intake per day, the WHO or the World Health Organization recommends to consume at least less than 9 servings of sugar. 1 teaspoon of sugar is 1 serving. But for example, 1 cup of soda already has 6 servings of sugar. So, and also 1 slice of cake, 1 slice of your favorite chocolate cake can already contain 6 to 7 servings of sugar. So although sa pandinig, parang madami yung 9 servings, pero we have to bear in mind that usually the sugar-rich foods that we consume already contains 5 or more servings. Kaya naman, if you really want to reduce your sugar intake, ilimit natin to one sugar-rich source lang. For example, one slice of cake lang per day. Or for example, 1 cup of juice lang kung hindi mo talaga maiwasan, or 1 cup of soda per day. Pero syempre, mas maganda if you look for the foods that have less sugar, o yung may mga, yun nga, tulad na sinabi ko kanina, cooked with non-caloric sweeteners. For sodium naman, the best recommendation is to reduce our sodium consumption to around less than 2,500 milligrams per day. And this can equate to at least, for example, um, pagbawas ng ating mga sausawan to only 1 teaspoon, no, per serving. For example, kakain kayo at gusto nyo may sausawan, yun, 1 teaspoon lang of any sodium-rich source, or for example, yung mga patis toyo, yung gagamitin natin. Yun yung mga super basic na mga ways to at least be mindful on how to moderate your sodium and sugar intake per day. Kasi di ba minsan pag nagtanggol tayo, naku, basta meron dyang sausawan,
Sarap.
nakakailang hingi tayo. But we tend to forget na they are high in sodium and your blood pressure might spike if you consume all of these sauces, no? More than 1 serving per meal.
At dahil dyan, dapat talaga ngayon ay bawas na rin tayo ng ating mga sausawan na nilalagay, of course, sa ating mga pagkain. Now, let's go to choosing healthier menu options when eating out, Sir Jake.
Mm-mm. Siyempre, di ba, okay din naman kumain sa labas because we are very social people. For example, you'll see a friend, hindi naman against the rule of law na you can eat outside in your favorite restaurants. What you can do is being smart about the foods that you will order. So, for example, order kayo ng food, maybe instead of choosing yung mga fried foods natin o yung mga fried na mga proteins natin or ulams, you can swap with something that's baked or something that's air fried, di ba? May mga makita kayong restaurants dyan na imbes na they are deep fat fried, nakalagay doon, they are air fried or baked.
Mhm.
So they have less fat and less calories. And also, when you order out, the first thing that you can consider is choosing your salad because again, di ba, ang most basic plate that we have every day, kung remember niyo yung last episode, is the Pinggang Pinoy, in which na nakalagay doon, half of our plate should come from fruits and vegetables, only 1/4 from rice or carbohydrates, and 1/4 for protein. So pag order kayo ng pagkain sa inyong favorite restaurants, you ask if they have vegetables, and then dapat yung vegetables there would suffice half of your plate. No? Kasi ang ginagawa natin minsan, nako, 3/4 ulam, 1/4 kanin. O kaya naman, 1/2 kanin and then 1/2 ulam. No? You should always consider incorporating vegetables and fruits on your plate. So, hindi bawal kumain on your favorite restaurants. You just have to apply the things that you learn. So, for example, kanina we mentioned about reducing sodium and sugar. Maybe you could ask the server or the cashier kung maybe they can reduce the salt that they would put in the sauce, or pwedeng yung mga dressings ng salads natin which also contain sodium, sabihin nyo on the side na lang para pwedeng yung mabawasan yung sauce na kakainin nyo. So, hindi masyadong mataas yung pagkain nyo ng sodium. So, it's just you could ask your waiters and cashiers on how you could swap with the healthier choices.
Tama naman din, di ba? Pero ngayon, we have a question, Sir Jake, from Daryl Fabic. Sabi niya, karamihan sa ating mga fruits ay matatamis, like mangoes. Bawal po ba ito sa isang diabetic person?
Mm-mm. Ang pinakang basic tip that I teach my patients living with diabetes is eat the fruits that is chewy and hard because they contain the most fiber and less sugar. So ano yung mga chewy and hard? Guava, pineapple, apple, di ba? Because ayun nga, yung pagiging crunchy and chewy nila, that's actually fiber. And choose less of those that are watery and soft. So these are your watermelons, mangoes, no? Because they are more concentrated in sugar. What patients living with diabetes can also do is to buy yung mga before ripe fruits. So instead of fully ripe fruits yung i-consume nila, pwede yung before ripe pa lang, yung mga pahinog pa lang, because they contain more fiber versus sugar. Kapag kasi kinain nila yung fully ripe fruit na, yung fiber converted na to sugar. So, pwedeng kainin nila yung mga before ripe or yung mga unripe fruits. Like for example, mango. If you're really crave for mangoes, pwedeng green mangoes. Medyo maasim siya, but it contains less sugar and more fiber. So again, if you are living with diabetes and you want to incorporate fruits in your diet, which you should, choose more of the chewy and hard and the before ripe fruits instead of the watery, soft, and fully ripe.
Okay. So speaking of course, ang ating mga matatamis na mga pagkain, meron ding nagtatanong dito, si Ange or Angeline, is insulin good for pregnant women po ba?
Insulin, the insulin plant, is she referring to the insulin plant? Insulin, syempre, if you are, this is the insulin, the medication. If you have been prescribed by your endo with insulin and you are pregnant, then you should take them. Insulin is safe, safe for pregnant women only if it's prescribed by your endo or your OB, lalo na if you have gestational diabetes. Madami mga pregnant na natakot sa insulin, the medication But they have to remember that if they will not take insulin, their blood sugar levels will increase and it will be bad for the baby. So always follow what the doctors are advising you in terms of medications.
Okay. So again, guys, if you still have questions para kay Sir Jake Andal, grabe, ang dami ko na natututunan. Hindi pa nga tayo tapos. So anyway, now let's go back to our next point. Making water your drink of choice. Nako
Nako,
po.
mahirap to. Mahirap kasi, di ba? Mahilig tayo mga Pinoy sa yung mga drinks natin, pinapatamis natin ng sobra. So, nangyayari, usually we use sugar or consume of your processed sugar. And we have to remember that this is one of the, yung sugar-rich beverages, alam mo, may Sam, is one of the highest sources of sugar that we can have on our diets. And hindi lang kasi blood sugar yung affected pag mataas yung asukal natin sa dugo. Alam niyo po ba, yung asukal na yan, peripherally, it can be converted to cholesterol. Yung mataas na asukal, pag na-convert siya to cholesterol, maaaring magbawas sa mga ugat natin sa puso. And what also happens, if you have very high sugar intake because of beverages, your liver gets overwhelmed. So what the liver will do is to store the fat inherently sa liver. Meaning, imbis na i-deliver yung asukal sa ibang parte ng katawan, dahil sobrang dami mong kinaing asukal, gagawin niyang taba. Kaya doon tayo nagkakaroon ng fatty liver. Diba? Mapapansin natin yan, pag yung mga taong mahihilig talaga sa matamis, payat sila pero hindi nila napapansin, lumalaki yung tiyan nila. And one of the things that maybe the reason why lumalaki is because their organs are being wrapped around of fat. This is what we call visceral fat, which is very bad in terms of health outcomes. The sugar, excess sugar can be converted to visceral fat, yung parang chicharong bulaklak, no, yung ating kinakain. Ganun din tayong tao, no. And then they can increase your blood sugar, increase your blood pressure, and increase the risk of having diseases. So again, if you really want to avoid these diseases that we mentioned, maybe reduce the sugars that you take, and one of which is the beverages that you take in. So syempre, water is the best. Pero kung hindi maiiwasan, meron ng mga sugar-free beverages na pwede tayong i-explore. But they do not replace water. Kasi madami tayong patients na may diabetes, sasabihin nila, bawal ako sa gantong soda, dito tayo sa zero sugar. But they tend to forget that these sodas, these beverages are very high in phosphoric acid. So it is a preservative. And what it does is it makes your bones marupok. No? Hindi puso, but your bones. No? So, pag may marupok ang bato, then you're susceptible to pagkabali. No? And it's also something that you want to avoid, especially when you are aging. So, again, water is the best.
Okay, thank you again so much, Doc, for mentioning that. Dahil share ko lang sa inyo na what I do kasi, lalo-lalo na sometimes medyo nagsasawa kasi ako sa water. So, I tend to substitute it. Kapag meron akong nakita na soda na zero, sabi ko, okay lang yan, wala namang mangyayari sa akin. But then, ngayon, may nalaman na naman ako, so wala akong choice but to love more water, or
More
water more
water.
rather. Oo, ayan. So sana rin naman marami tayong natutunan, guys. Pero bago ang lahat, now let's go to our last talk point for now is we have, of course, the choosing the best food supplement.
So kanina 'di ba may nabanggit ng isa nating tagapakinig or tagapanood na mahirap na sa panahon ngayon na mag-incorporate ng fruits, vegetables sa diet natin at ang nangyayari nga do'n nagkakaroon tayo ng deficiency in nutrients. So one of the most common deficiencies that we see in the Philippines in terms of nutrition based on studies is iron deficiency anemia, vitamin D deficiency, etc. And these can be prevented by taking your supplement. So if you want to choose the best food supplement, you have to self-assess, what am I lacking? No? So for example, if you lack fruits and vegetables, then maybe you also lack vitamins A, C, and E, and antioxidants. So what you should consider is taking a supplement that can provide vitamins A, C, and E, and antioxidants. For example, you have been diagnosed with anemia and kulang ka sa iron, mababa yung hemoglobin, then you can take iron supplements plus folic acid. If you are pregnant or planning to get pregnant, hindi lang po pregnant ang dapat ito, but also people who plans to get pregnant, kailangan din nila ng folic acid and iron. And lastly, if you're, for example, you're working out all the time, we can consider adding more protein in your diet. So again, when you choose the best food supplement, it is based on what you need. And nakikita natin na sa Philippines, no, may kakulangan talaga in terms of micronutrients and antioxidants. So maybe the things that you can consider in incorporating in your supplements regimen are food products that contains antioxidants and vitamins A, C, and E.
Okay. So speaking of antioxidants, of course, marami rin ding benefits ang organic acai. So Doc, share mo naman sa amin, sorry, Sir Jake, ang mga benefits ng organic acai.
Kanina po natin binabanggit antioxidants, antioxidants, antioxidants because antioxidants is key in preventing non-communicable diseases such as diabetes, etc. Again, prevention is better than cure. And what antioxidants do is they prevent the free radicals from damaging our normal cells. And if you look at food choices, the foods that are very high in antioxidants, yung mga most highest, double superlative, ay yung ating berries. No? Technically, sa fruits and vegetables, kapag mas dark yung color o mas colorful, mas rich in antioxidants. Hindi food color ha, but the natural color. Di ba minsan nabanggit nga natin, pag kumain tayo ng mga berries, at naman tsaka yung damit natin, they're very hard to remove. No? But that's
Yes.
because they're very potent in antioxidants. So if you look also at the different types of berries that has the highest number of antioxidants, doon papasok yung acai berries. Because acai berries, isa sa mga berries na may pinakamataas na antioxidants. So again, di ba, minention natin, berries innately, mataas na nga siya sa antioxidants, but if you compare other berries, one of the most high talaga is your acai berries.
Right. Tama rin naman, Sir Jake. So again, thank you so much, Sir Jake. But before we move on to our next topic, I would like to ask, meron ka pa bang tips na pwede nating ma-share sa ating viewers today?
Siguro, na lang, no, last advice talagang, yung ating kalusugan, it's a culmination of our choices, no? Whether or not I would work out or not, whether or not mag-smoke ka or hindi, whether or not you eat right. So, your health is a culmination of all the choices that we do. So, you have to make smart and healthy choices.
And I thank you. Okay, thank you again so much, Sir Jake Brandon Andal. Again, marami na naman ang natuwa sa ating episode for today dahil marami tayong natutunan, of course. So again, thank you so much and see you again next time. Bye! Bye, sir! And there you have it, guys. So, ano ang masasabi nyo sa ating episode for today? So, imagine, kailangan pala natin talagang magkaroon ng 5 servings ng fruits and vegetables a day. So, ano pa ba? Ang sinabi rin naman ni Sir Jay kanina na at least, di ba, ang pag-i-intake natin ng sugar and sodium, kailangan i-lessen na rin natin yan, yung mga sausawan natin. And of course, if we have the option for the healthier one, lalong-lalo na kapag tayo ay nasa grocery market, when we pack our meals, now is a perfect time, of course, din na mag-switch na para rin naman sa ikakabuti ng ating health and wellness. Yes, of course, maraming nagko-comment na maraming salamat. Ang dami ko pong natutunan for today. Like me, marami rin ako natutunan. And just a reminder to eat in moderation also. So, ayun na nga, a vast number of foods are both healthy and tasty. So, by filling your plate with fruits, vegetables, we all know that quality protein sources and other whole foods, you have meals that are colorful, versatile, and good for you. But before that, I think meron nga rin naman tayong promos from Watsons. Okay, so you can get this organic ASCII coffee mix 10% off when you avail this on Watsons today. Makukuha na lang natin siya for only 314 pesos na dating the original price is 349 pesos. We also have our coffee mix. This is the blend, the premium blend. So this one is from 1,350 pesos, but now you can get this in Watson's for only 1,215 pesos. And once again, this is 10% off. We also have the Super Pack, Organic Acai Super Pack with with coffee and choco. So this one is the Super Pack. Dalawa nga yan. We have 350 pesos. So go ahead and buy this now in Watson. So last but not the least, we also have this Organic Acai Premium Blend with the free umbrella. So this one is 2,500 pesos. Pero kung ako sa inyo, since rainy season at napakatagal pa nito, now is the perfect time to purchase this one in Watson. So of course, we would like also to thank Watsons for giving us this opportunity para mag-spread ng right information, of course, about health and wellness with organic acai. And as mentioned by Sir Jake Branton Andal, we can add safe and natural supplements like organic acai. So these are packed with vitamins and antioxidants that's truly helpful to make our body's immune system strong and protected. So if you don't normally challenge yourselves, do not be afraid of trying something new. So don't be afraid to start making healthy choices. So once again, I am sure that your future self will thank you. So this is Sabrina Santiago, and together with Watsons and Organic Acai, thank you for watching Wellness Wednesday. So see you again next week. Bye!
Wellness Wednesdays with Organic. We care because you matter.